What's going on with you guys? My name is Kenneth, aka 1 Week, and today I'm going to talk about another amazing UFC Fight Night card between the Korean Zombie Chan Sung-jung versus the comeback of El Pantera Yair Rodriguez. But first, I'm going to also talk about Mike Perry versus Donald Cerrone, two Jackson Winklejohn facility fighters, and now they're fighting. First one, I'm going to tell the by the numbers of Mike Perry and Donald Cerrone, their age. Donald Cerrone being 35 years old and Mike Perry being 27 years old. Mike Perry is still young, while Donald Cerrone, age is being a factor for him, and I'm going to tell you why. Next one, their record. Donald Cerrone, 33 wins with 6 by way of KO, 16 by submissions, and 8 by decision. His 11 losses are by way of 4 by knockout, 1 by submission, and 6 by decision. So you can see here that Donald Cerrone does have high potential of being KO'd than being submitted. Next one, 0 draws and 1 no contest. As for Mike Perry, 12 wins and 3 losses. Out of those 12 wins, 11 are by way of knockout. You can see the punching ability and the one punch KO power of Mike Perry, finishing 11 of his out of his 12 wins, and only 1 decision. His 3 losses are by way of decision, so you can see how tough Mike Perry is. His granite chin and his jiu-jitsu ability. So next one, their achievements. I would like to mention this one because Donald Cerrone is one of the elites of the UFC, having 13 bonus performances in UFC and WEC. Most finishes in UFC history with 14 in UFC history, and also most wins in the UFC history by 20. Next one for Mike Perry, still young in the UFC, 5-3 record and 2 performance bonuses. Next one, their fighting style. Don Cerrone is known for being a kickboxer and Muay Thai because he was a kickboxer before he was an MMA fighter. Also, black belt in jiu-jitsu and killer instinct. The Jackson Winklejohn facility. They're killers like Perry, Cerrone, John Jones, Holly Holm. Those guys. And next one for Mike Perry, boxing based little Muay Thai. Boxing based because he was a boxer before he started MMA. And you can see his fights. He rarely uses his kicks, his knees. Like 90% of it is punches and 10% of it is elbows. Next one, clinching and defensive wrestling. I would like to take this as an advantage for Perry because Donald Cowboy Cerrone doesn't perform well during clinching and defensive wrestling. And Mike Perry does have, I believe that Mike Perry does have better wrestling than Cowboy Cerrone, but Cowboy does have a better jiu-jitsu, which is much more advantage for him in the ground. But this fight would be a stand-up fight in my opinion because these two fighters are just going to be like crashing all the time, because Mike Perry just his only strategy is just move forward and kill. Next one, aggressive killer, just like upset killer. I would like to mention in Don Cerrone's last 5 fights, he is 1-4, 1 win and 4 losses. So that's tough. In this 4 losses, 2 of these are by way of KO and 2 of these are by way of decision. So you can see the old age of Don Cerrone being a big factor for him, and for me it will cost him big time also in this fight, because my prediction goes to Mike Perry getting the, I'm not saying KO, but getting the unanimous decision. I don't think he does have the KO ability to one punch KO Donald Cowboy Cerrone. He's an old cowboy, but he still rocks. For Cowboy, I think he should fight maybe Gunnar Nelson, because Gunnar Nelson is just at the top right now. Both of them climbing in the ladder on the welterweight division. And for Mike Perry, if he wins, I think he should fight. Yeah, Masvidal and Perry. Yeah, for me, that's just the greatest fight for these two fighters. Both young, both killers, and they like boxing, so it's gonna be a great boxing match in MMA. Next one, the Korean Zombie versus Yair Rodriguez. Korean Zombie being 31 years old and Yair, the baby, 26 years old, still young. And for the record, Chan Song Jong 14-4, 4 by KO, 8 by submission, and 2 by decision. In his 4 losses, 2 by way of knockout and 2 by way of decision. For Yair Rodriguez, 10-2. In his 10 wins, 5 of those are way of finishes and 5 by submission, and his 2 losses are by way of KO. So Yair Rodriguez does have 100% being KO'd compared to being lost to a decision. So that's pretty hard because his chin is bit a little shaky. It isn't a granite compared to Korean Zombie. Next one, yeah. Their achievements, Chan Song Jung, yeah, I'm just calling him the Korean Zombie. KZ does have five performance bonuses, WEC and UFC, 4-1 in the UFC, and El Pantera, tough Latin America winner, 4 bonus performances, and 6-1 in his UFC record. Yair being younger but does have more UFC experience compared to Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie does have 4-year hiatus with the UFC, and it cost him a lot. In his last fight with Dennis Bermudez, I would like to mention this one. He was being caught like multiple times, but yeah, 1-punch KO. Yeah, he knocked Bermudez out and he won. Next one, fighting style, Korean Zombie. That's the reason why he's the Korean Zombie. He doesn't care. He doesn't really care what the opponent what the opponents do during the fight. He just like rushes in, trying to land that one big punch. That's just his main goal before and now. Yeah, but I think he should switch things up because fighters today are evolving and are much more smarter than before, because fighters before, they like brawling, but now this time fighters are being more tactical, compared to brawling. Next one, for Yair Rodriguez, taekwondo based fight, fast paced style. It's like the spinning guy in the movies. Is that one. Muay Thai wild, still a Muay Thai. His Muay Thai is still wild. Throwing like spinning back fists and like elbows and kicks. He does it all. But he should be aware that Korean Zombie is a pressure fighter, so that's hard for him, because you can't kick a person who is like always going forward, because your target is just way too close for you to kick. Next one, decent jiu-jitsu. Yes, he does have decent jiu-jitsu. Isn't great, but it's still okay. But my prediction goes to the Korean Zombie. I think he will kill the El Pantera during the 3rd or 4th round, because I believe Yair is just lacks experience at this point. Korean Zombie, he's a zombie. He's proven himself many times for lasting long. The zombie lives on, and he will do it in this fight. So Korean Zombie via TKO round 3 and round 4. Next one, what's next for these fighters? I think the winner of this fight should be fighting Frankie Edgar. Frankie is injured right now, and I'm hoping for a speedy recovery for him to fight early next year, 2019. Let's find out. Korean Zombie versus Frankie Edgar. I think this will be a much more interesting fight for the Korean Zombie. Next one, for Yair Rodriguez, I think he should fight Swanson, because styles makes fights, and those fighters are just crazy for their style and during stand-up. So that's it, guys. That's my take. So what do you think, guys, will happen in this fight? So at the end, in conclusion, my prediction is Korean Zombie via TKO round 3 or round 4, and uh, Perry. Yeah, I forgot to give Perry. Yeah, I believe Perry will win. Yeah, yeah. Perry with decision. Yeah, that's right. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So 1 week out.